Hello and welcome to my channel. I am Stephanie. This is the week 32, August the 2nd through the 8th weekly wrap-up. Okay, so you should know it's my birthday month, and as a matter of fact, it is happening this week. I'm not going to say this specific day, although if you're savvy enough or if you've watched the channel long enough, you know which day it is. But since recently I have told you guys how old I was, and if you had seen that for security purposes, I'm not going to tell you because then you would have the year and you'd have the month and, you know, all sorts of bad things could happen, possibly. I don't know. Security, right? Yes, it's my birthday month and I am super, super excited. I do want to send a huge thank you to all those that have sent me things. I greatly appreciate it. I hope that you have seen where I've unboxed them or I've talked about them and I sent out immediate thank yous. I don't have a list or anything like that because when I get them, I open them and then I say thank you then. Also, if you don't know where I do that at, that's at IG, and all my socials are down in the description box. As well as, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Yay! I remembered to say that this time. My Ko-fi and my PayPal are down there, so if you have a little spare change or what have you, you can donate to me and, you know, help me out. Keep this channel running. Help me get a computer for my kid. Yeah, lots and lots of things. What else happened last week? Can't remember. What else did happen last week? I don't know. Oh, my hair. My hair is, doing its own thing. This is as tame as I could get it for this video. Otherwise, it would have been all sorts of crazy. It's coming up on another wash day, and I don't want to. I don't want to. Don't want to. It's so much hair. So much hair. I should go ahead and do the trend like everyone else and go and get some braids done, but that cost a pretty penny as well, and I don't know if the lady that usually does my braids is actually open yet. And I don't know if I want to sit in a mask for 8 hours to get my braids done, because that's how long it would take. And you know, I don't know. And then, you know, that's kind of a perk. I mean, I get my nails done on a regular, but that's every 3 weeks. And granted, if I got my hair done, it would be like 6 weeks before I had to go get anything done to it again. I don't know. I'm rambling. You guys are not here for that. Yeah. I think that's all I'm going to talk about in the lifestyle portion. It wasn't an uneventful week. I have some things percolating though. For you guys. So let's get into the books that I did read last week. I finished Baby Mine, which is Hunter and Lennon's story, Roommates #1. It's Hunter and Lennon's duet. Roommates #1, because it's a huge series of duets by Kennedy Fox. I placed this in New Adult. I give it 4.5 stars. 3 Steam fans, listened to it as an audiobook, and loved it oh so much. So we have Hunter, we have Lennon, we have some things that end up happening. I wasn't sure that I was going to like this one because there is sort of a love triangle, a little bit, but some things end up happening. I don't want to say what does happen because I feel that it's a spoiler. When things weren't progressing and everything like that, I did go back and sort of skim over the synopsis and found out what the little turn was, and I was okay for it. I was then starting to like look for it type thing, so I stopped doing that. It was an emotional book, and there's talk of grief in this book, and yeah, but it's friends, no, forbidden, roommates, lovers, yes, so here for it. This next book that I finished was Baby Yours, and this is Hunter and Lennon's second book. It's a duet, the conclusion of it. It's Roommates number 2 by Kennedy Fox, still placing it in new adult. Give this one 4.5 stars. 3 Steam fans listen to it as an audiobook, and I can't talk today. This is the conclusion of that forbidden roommates to lovers romance, and so here for it. Hunter and Lennon are just so angsty, and just so frustrating at times, but at the same time, you just want to love on them, and you just want everything to turn out right, and yes. Then I finished That Swoony Feeling, Getting Lucky number 4 by Meghan Quinn. I place this in contemporary. I give this book 5 stars. I give it 2.5 Steam fans. I read this as an ARC, although it is live for you guys. You can go out and read this and find the joy in it. It's amazing. It's the small town of Port Snow. We return there to find out about the 4th Knightley brother. If you have been following this series, you know that the brothers went down to New Orleans, ran into a witch, and they put a curse on them about love and things like that. This is a Brig's story. So Brig is the youngest Knightley brother, and he is the one that you have seen throughout the other books helping his brothers sort of find love, and he just can't seem to do it. Well, this is his story, and it is the title, so swoony and frustrating at the same time. I just wanted to bonk him on the head and be like, Brig, you're so adorably cute. You're so adorably dumb. Get out of your own way, Brig. Yes. Oh my goodness. And then you have our female lead, who is Ruth, and she owns the coffee shop in Port Snow, and her part of the story was so emotional, and I was just like, Ruth, I love you. And Brig, now, I was a huge Rogan fan. I loved Rogan. Ooh, I'm starting to sweat. I loved Rogan from his book. But Brig just overtook him. I mean, my heart. I love the Knightley boys, but Brig just totally stole my heart with this book. Just totally stole my heart with this book. The next book that I finished was A Truly Mine, which is Mason and Sophie's story. It's the start of their story, book number 1. This is book number 3 in the Roommates series by Kennedy Fox, placing this one in new adult as well. I give this one 5 stars. Now, the ending to Baby Yours kind of rolls into the beginning of Truly Mine. And, Kennedy Fox, I don't know what it is with their series of duets. They, give me these stories, and then they give me these little teasers, and I'm just need to, gobble them all up. So, Truly Mine, Mason and Sophie. I went off on a tangent, didn't give you the stars. Give this one 5 stars, give it 3 Steam fans, listen to it as an audiobook. Now, let me get into this. Okay, there are content warnings for abuse, murder, grief, suicide. Putting that out there right now. Mason is a son of the prosecutor for where they live, and yeah, he has some baggage. Going on. And Sophie, you saw her, and you saw how vibrant and beautiful and wonderful she is. She's a violin player, and and she ends up getting into this situation. Well, Sophie and Mason end up meeting in a bar, have a one-night stand, but then come to find out Sophie is Lennon's sister, and Mason is a friend of the group. And, they tried to do we're not gonna do anything about it, and then they just figure out that things just don't work. Some other things end up happening, and you're just on the edge of your seat throughout this entire book, and it was just amazing. So, that rolls us into Truly Yours, which is Mason and Sophie's second book and conclusion. book number 4 in the Roommate series by Kennedy Fox, and place this one in New Adult. I didn't say I placed the other one in New Adult as well. Give this one 5 stars, because Mason and Sophie are everything. I think they may be my favorite couple so far of this series. I haven't gotten to the next duet yet, but right now Mason and Sophie are tops. And this is the conclusion of what Mason and Sophie have gone through. There's a content warning for kidnapping and murder, grief, PTSD. So we're going to put that out there. The next book that I finished was Exodus, which is Ravenhood number 2 by Kate Stewart. I guess I am still really on the fence on where I want to put this entire duet. I think I'm going to place it in... I really don't want to put it as a dark romance, but it's dark, it's suspenseful, it's mystery. I give this book, this one, not the full duet, give this book 3 stars. For Steam fans, I listened to it as an ARC. I didn't listen. I read it as an ARC. And I have feelings. I have lots and lots of feelings. I go on a bit of a rant during one of the projects that I have going on, so I'm not going to go too much into it. Plus, I don't want to provide spoilers. It's only been like a week since it came out. There are a lot of mixed feelings for this book specifically. The first book, it was a knockout. It was like, yes, I was on the edge of my seat the whole time, needing to know what was going on with it and what Cecilia was going through and things like that. But for this one, I got to the 40% mark and my head was still spinning and I had no clue what was going on, and it was driving me crazy. By a book and a half, I should know or have a feeling on where things were going, and I didn't have that feeling, and I almost DNF'd this, but I know Kate Stewart's writing, and I know her sort of storytelling, especially in duets, so I went ahead and finished it, but it wasn't a very good experience for me. The next book that I finished was Devastate Me by Emma Castle, and this is an erotic novella. I give it 4 stars. I give it 3 Steam fans. I listened to it on the podcast of Read Me Romance. Read Me Romance. And before we get into the summary of this cute, sweet, fun, sexy novella, let me just say, if you are not watching, their YouTube channel, you need to, because they're coming out with a whole bunch of good stuff, Read Me Romances, and their chats and their videos that they're coming out with are amazing. And then on top of it, if you did not know, they are doing a summer reading program and they're doing some giveaways. So yes, get up on that. I will leave in the description box, like every week, the link to the Read Me Romance channel and the Facebook page. Do I leave the out? There's something down there. Just go check the description box if you're interested in listening to professionally narrated audio book or novellas. They're novellas. Most of them are novellas. There have been a couple like spin-offs and check-ins and things like that, but for the most part, they're all novellas. They're all professionally narrated, and you need to go. But this book right here, Devastate Me, right, is Ophelia and Colt. Colt is a former Navy SEAL. He is dealing with the things that he has had to deal with, getting out of the military, things like that, finding out some secrets. After deployment, Ophelia is a new young woman that has moved into town. They're neighbors, and yes, they have like this instant attraction to each other, and I was here for it. I was like, yes, thank you very much. The next book that I finished was Danger's First Kiss. This is a short story that is in the Dark Fairy Tales anthology. This story was written by Aleatha Romig. Yes. I want to put it in dark romance, but there really isn't anything. Oh yes, yeah. 5 stars. 5 stars. 2 Steam fans because of the swooniness of everything that ends up happening. I read this as an ARC. The anthology comes out on the 18th, I believe it is. And this is Lorna and Reed's prequel. So if you do not know who Lorna and Reed are, you probably need to read the Sparrow web, like the overall. You need to start with the stories, because they're like, it's Lorna and Reed's prequel, but at the same time, it has a whole bunch of Easter eggs for other characters from Aleatha Romig, and you guys know that I am a huge, amazingly huge Aleatha Romig stan. So, of course, I love this one. I could not find any flaws in it. And then seeing all my old favorite characters and people, like characters that I've fallen in love with and stories that I'm just like, oh, wait, I know that person. Oh, I know that character. I know that character. Look at that. I love this character. Yes, that was the whole hour of reading this cute little story. It was amazing. There is a content warning for abuse because Lorna ends up, she has a bit of a hard younger life, and it does sort of delve into that in the beginning of it. But Lorna and Reed meet at a masquerade ball for the Sparrows and some of the other families that they had business with in New York. It was a quick Cinderella sort of retelling, and loved it. And we get to the final book that I read last week, which was Full Measures, Flight and Glory #1 by Rebecca Yarros. I place this in contemporary. I give it 5 stars. I give it 3 Steam fans. I listened to this as an audiobook, and I am working on a special project to spotlight this entire series because the 5th book comes out later on in August. And oh gosh, you guys, so this book kept me up late last night and ripped my soul out of my person. I would have to say like the first, because I read it and listened to it on my Kindle. So I read it on my Kindle, but listened to it as an audiobook. And, this ripped my soul out within like the first 5-6 pages, I think it was. So like first 5 or 10 minutes, I'm bawling. I'm bawling. I knew Rebecca Yarros uses her military experience and like just experience period as a spouse, marrying a freaking military member. I knew that she put all of that in there. This really felt like she took a page out of my life and made me experience things that I have not really thought about lately. And I might just get emotional in it right now thinking about it. But whew, we have December, or Ember. Her name is Ember. And then we have Josh. They knew each other when they were in high school. And Josh was a hockey player, and he has some secrets. Ember is going through some things with her family, who happens to be a military family. And this book has major content warning for death, grief, and I think that's it. So like PTSD, possible alcoholism, but yeah, definite big ones is grief and death. So if you're not emotionally ready to talk about those topics, I'd probably stay away from this book. But if you want to grab your box of tissues and get all up in your emotions, do it. 'Cause like I said, Rebecca really took me there. She took me there. Yep. And that's all I'm going to say about that book, because I don't want to get all emotional again. And but like I said, I'm working on a project for that to spotlight the Flight and Glory series because of the new release that's coming up. And whoo, that clip is very just, it's there. So what am I currently reading? I will be reading the duet of Always Mine and Always Yours by Kennedy Fox. This is Liam and Madeline's story, and I can't wait because at the end of Mason and Sophie's conclusion, Liam walks in with this gigantic bomb, and I am so ready to devour this last couple in this series. I will also be reading Eyes Turned Skyward by Rebecca Yarros. This is book 2 in the Flight and Glory series. I will be reading The One for Me by Corinne Michaels. This is her upcoming release. I'm reading this as an ARC, and I have been like, I've had this ARC for about a week and a half now, and I'm really like, I want to savor it because this is one of the Arrowwood brothers that I've wanted to read about, and Corinne has said that this is probably one of her favorite babies, and I'm just like, oh, I want to read it. I want to read it so bad. I want to devour it so bad, but I know once I devour it, I'll have to experience it, and this is probably going to be an emotional week for me. And I am also reading Drowning in Stars by Debra Anastasia. This just recently released. It released early, so you guys can go check it out, but this cover is stunning, and I have this as an ARC, so I'll be reading that as well. Alrighty. Have you read any of the books that I just talked about? Do any of them sound interesting to you? Do you want to go out and read them? Let me know down in the comment section. Since I'm pointing down, make sure you check that description box. I have a feedback form down there so you guys can give me input on how I can change and maybe make the channel better. All my socials are down there. If you didn't know, and you're not really big on social media, Instagram is doing this thing called Reels, and they are trying to, like, it's kind of like TikTok, but not completely. And I will be doing quite a few Reels because I have so many books. I want to show you guys off them in categories and things like that, so be on the lookout for that. I also have a TikTok, so, you know, check my link tree to get all of those links. All those links, right? Also, I did my last bookshelf. I'm lazy. I'm not doing another bookshelf tour. That one that's covered up over there, it's just gonna stay covered up. Y'all ain't gonna see it. There's no important books on it anyways. There really aren't. It's all good. It's all good. No important books. And what else? Oh, my affiliate link, my wish link, my Amazon wish list is down there. Affiliate links, PayPal and Ko-fi are down there as well. Like I said in the beginning of the video, if you guys have an extra couple dollars or you think I did a good job on any of my videos, you can always donate to me and sort of pay me for my time. I guess that's what we're gonna call it. Other than that, if you enjoyed the video, please give it a big thumbs up. Oh yes, subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching, and we will see you guys in the next video.